Hello and welcome to my channel, Inviting Possibilities Tarot. My name's Rachelle and I am doing a reading for the collective, starting with some prosperity dust. Things have been a little wonky lately. For me, for others that I know, so I thought I would lean into that. I call this spread Finding Your Footing. And of course we got to start with some angel cards. Yeah, we're gonna take a look at, where you're feeling stable, where you're feeling maybe not so stable, or maybe you're not even realizing. But let's start with an angel card. Oh, we've got celebration. Got an angel doing a Saturday Night Fever move. And heart balloons. And what my son used to call boom boom lights. Understanding. We have an angel reading something. Book, magazine, newspaper. Yeah. Celebration and understanding. Okay. I like to see that. So let's look at what's actually solid under your feet right now. What can you genuinely stand on? What is solid for you right now? Deviant Moon Tarot. Going dark. What's actually solid under your feet right now that you can genuinely stand on? The Hermit, Virgo energy. Page of Swords in reverse. Queen of Cups. Tell me more about this Page of Swords here in reverse. Two of Cups. Wheel of Fortune in reverse. Fixed signs. Ace of Wands. So you're really focusing on, you have been focusing on like going within, looking at those things that you don't necessarily want to look at and explore, but doing it anyway because that's what the Hermit does. You're all about gaining wisdom, understanding like why things are the way they are, because that helps you understand what you can do about it. And there's something here where you have or had a connection here that, as good as it seemed, there's something with this Wheel of Fortune in reverse. Something, it wasn't what you wanted, or it wasn't what you thought it was. This came up in a reading recently, yesterday, I don't remember, but this Ace of Wands is interesting too because she's holding a baby. It's like something didn't work out in a connection, or it wasn't, it's like somehow coming together with someone led to some kind of difficulties or downfall or something. I mean, it could be where, someone accidentally got pregnant. Oops. Not what was expected. Not what wasn't planned. And I mean, that could be a part of why this Hermit energy is here. But this Page of Swords in reverse is like, feeling like, let's see, Page of Swords upright is like looking at what's going on, thinking about things. There's something about feeling scattered, or feeling like, it could even be feeling combative, not having all the answers, not having the ability to even look for all the answers. This feels different than this Hermit. Maybe this is somebody else that you're dealing with. You know, it could be where you had this connection that went south. It didn't work out, or not in the way you wanted or planned. And so it could be where you decided to take what you have nurtured, or take the end result from this connection, from this Two of Cups, and kind of moving in a new direction. And somebody is not happy about this. They could be I don't know. I always think of like mouthing off. Like, this is, you know, the Page of Swords in reverse is like the insolent teenager who just thinks they know everything, and they don't know what they're talking about. Not truly. Anyway, but then we have the Queen of Cups here. And so there's this mothering, nurturing energy here that I think this is the energy that you're in because of being willing to look at what needs to be looked at, even when you didn't want to. And so dealing with, like, you know, that mouthy teenager, you're like, you're still loving. You're still kind and compassionate. Wait, tell me a little bit more about this, Queen of Cups. The Lovers in reverse, Gemini. The Fool in reverse, Aries. Yeah, there's an ending. There's a breakup here. You're like, I don't want to take a risk on something that has already proven that it's not going to pay off, or it hasn't paid off. Ace of Swords. Yeah, see, you have clarity. You have clarity about you're saying no to the foolishness, no to any kind of like risk or leap of faith in a new direction. This something is over, and you know, it's kind of a breakup, and but you're very compassionate. You're very loving. You're not angry and bitter, but this person might be. You know, and you know, if you're saying no, you know, the Sword of Truth here, this truth and clarity, you know, there is a very decisive, like, I stand in my power, and I stand for what I believe and what I say, and you know, there's kind of this fierce quality about you, but then there's also this loving, nurturing quality about you, and this is what you're really choosing to lean into and embody. Because you have gained some wisdom. You have gained some kind of understanding here. So let's look at what's wobbling. What's wobbling that you keep trying to stand on anyway? The thing that looks stable but isn't. Put these over here. What's wobbling that you keep trying to stand on anyway? Let me go with the cat tarot. What's wobbling that you keep trying to stand on anyway? The thing that looks stable but isn't. This is the 10 of Wands. The Fool in reverse again. Ace of Cups in reverse. Aww. I mean, there's a heaviness, there's a burden here. Because you know that you don't want a new beginning with someone that has left you. I don't know, maybe there's something about you're so kind and loving that there may be times when, maybe in this situation, where you kind of put your own it's like you're spending so much time trying to hold the space and have love for somebody else that there may be something about forgetting to love yourself and put your own needs first. I don't know. Tell me more about... Okay, so first of all, let's look at this Fool in reverse. Well, okay, let's just start from the beginning. Let's look at this 10 of Wands. What is this 10 of Wands all about? Knight of Wands. The World. Fixed signs again. That would be Taurus, Leo, Aquarius, and Scorpio. We also have the all the fire signs here. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Oh, and water signs. Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. King of Pentacles in reverse. So it appears to... There's a closing out of a cycle here. Ending something with a Knight of Wands. Because they're... Or, let's see. There's a leveling up. There's a closing out of a cycle. There's a understanding that, like, so it could be where the Knight of Wands is, like, this could be an energy that you were in and you're kind of leveling up to, I don't know though. I don't think that Knight of Wands is you. I think that's someone else. The Knight of Wands, it's like someone who wants to play and have fun. They're here for a good time, not a long time. And you're like leveling up. But this King of Pentacles in reverse, it's, I think, could be this Knight of Wands. Someone who is, they want to play and they're ignoring what actually needs to get done. You know, they could be struggling financially, someone who is very focused on, like, hyper focused on the material, you know, keeping up with the Joneses kind of thing, but they don't, you know, this cat is trying to stick its face inside that jar. It's like this person thinks that they can just always have what they want, but there's I think this world has to do with you understanding who this, like, what this person actually who they actually are. Who, it's like you're seeing behind the veil. You're seeing that somebody is more than they is more, both more and less than they say they are. So this is burdensome for you. It's a burden because it's like, I don't know, maybe there's somebody here who is, they're like asking you for handouts, or they're saying, I really need, I need you to show up for me in a certain way. But then we have this Fool in reverse, clarified by the Queen of Wands in reverse, the Star in reverse, Aquarian energy, and the Eight of Cups in reverse. You're dealing with somebody here who you're realizing they're not who they claim to be, or who you thought they were, or you're just getting really honest with yourself. You know you need to walk away, but you can't or won't, or are having trouble. It's like you want to walk away. Oh, or maybe this person is coming back around. Oh, it could be where, yeah, see, you have said over here, you've gotten clarity, right? You're focusing on the truth. And this person is like, wait, no, come back. They want to like, they're not above like manipulating a situation. They might be very vindictive, or like, there's something about them not getting what they want, and so they're coming back for more. And I don't know, like, this is what you're standing on that is wobbly, that you keep trying to stand on anyway, the thing that looks stable but isn't. But it's so interesting because you're burdened here, and you're saying, I don't want to go in this direction of this person. This Ace of Cups in reverse, we've got the Two of Wands in reverse, Page of Wands. I don't know, maybe Ace of Pentacles. It's like they're making you some kind of offer. They're coming in all excited. They're like, I have an idea. Let's start over. I'm maybe they're making you an offer of some kind, and you want to believe them. Because, like, for example, if this is like, your baby mama or baby daddy or something, you're like, well, we've got this kid together. It would be really nice if we could raise that kid together. But they're showing up as, knights, pages, or, they're in these king and queen in reverse. It's like this person they're very childlike and even childish. They rely on, it feels like they rely on others to make themselves feel better. Like they don't actually feel very good about themselves. And they're not good. They're not good with their finances. They could really be struggling in that way. Rather than being honest and forthright, they're about manipulating a situation to make things work in their favor. because they want what they want. And so it's like they're making you an offer, but it's coming from, it's empty. It's an empty promise. They're saying, I know, I want you in my life. I can see us going in a new direction. Let's go play. Let's go have fun. Let's go on this new adventure. And you want to believe them, but there's not, the love isn't there. There's all this playful energy. This person is very, maybe that's a part of it, is they're really interesting, they're fun to be around, and so you get drawn in to them, you know, especially because you have this big heart and you want to, you know, you want to give people, you know, like the benefit of the doubt. In general, you love this person. You have a, you know, there's chemistry here between you. And sometimes chemistry, you know, it draws us in, you know, whether we wanted to or not. We feel compelled to lean. But it's not, where's the love? And I don't know that this person, I think that they really struggle with loving themselves. I think they actually probably have some pretty deep self-esteem issues, low self-esteem, not feeling good about themselves. And so they're like all about smoke and mirrors, you know, sleight of hand. Look over here while I'm doing this thing over here, right? Where are we at? So I'm going to take this over to the extended. And look at where you're heading next. I'm going to look at like, as you show up, how you show up. You have all this wisdom, right? And wisdom and compassion. How are you using that to help move you forward, boost you, yourself? How are you putting energy into yourself, loving yourself? Loving what you need, like, you know, nurturing yourself and nurturing those in your life that really need you, that are not a burden, right? Let me I'll finish with a cheeky little message from Spirit. If you are interested in the extended, there's going to be a link in the description box below that you can check out. Go to coffee.com/Inviting Possibilities Tarot. That's ko-fi.com. Rest is productive. Ask any tree. Yeah, and you've been taking time to rest. Maybe you need to take more time to rest. We will be exploring that more in the extended. Let me get one more. Healing doesn't mean you have it all together. It means you're not duct taping your feelings and calling it shadow work. So you're having to heal from a situation that you haven't wanted to look at, but you're doing it anyway. You're doing the work, which is very admirable. And you're just needing to maybe care for yourself a little bit more. Take more time, because you are very good at giving to others, and you need to be the first person you give to. That's a part of the healing, so that you're not duct taping your feelings. I'm calling it shadow work. This is actually doing the shadow work, which I think you are, but I think you also have tendencies to avoid, it's like bypassing the shadow work by giving, being a giver. So anyway, I'm gonna leave it there. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day wherever you are in the world, and I will see you on the next video.